Hey fam, this is your resident host, Shannon Jackson from Living Your Life Without Limits. Thank you for joining me today while we talk about learning how to be a healthier you. Stay tuned.
Wake up everybody, let's elevate your mind. Live your life without limits, no more wasting time. So don't forget to stay focused while continuing, stay on the grind.
Hey fam, this is your resident host, Shannon Jackson with Living Your Life Without Limits. Thank you once again for joining me, and I'm so happy to bring in my special guest today. It is none other than my personal trainer to talk to us today about being a healthier you. Andrew, thank you very much for being here on Living Your Life Without Limits with me today.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
All right, well, you look good.
Thank you.
Speaking of Andrew's single, y'all. Okay, but I'm not gonna put him on blast. He's single though. Look him up. He's single. All right, well, I thought it was very important today that I'm very excited about the year of 2021 and us going into 2021. And today's topic is talking about a healthier you. And I wanted to bring a throwback on showing a picture of what I used to look like. And I consider myself aging backwards. I say I'm aging backwards. And we're gonna put it up on the screen and let the people see. And with the help of you and modifying changes in my life in terms of what I'm eating and mental changes, I'm still in the recovery zone, but I'm feeling very great about where I am and where I want to go. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today and have you kind of bring some insight in. So one of the things we want to do is take a look at my before picture. So if anybody see that, you probably wonder, who is that? That is me. That is me, a younger version of me. And that is me for about a good 20 years of my life, looking that way. And one of the things that I have found is that in my journey to wellness, one, being a nurse, by virtue of being a nurse, oftentimes we give out everything. You know, we give out everything. We put everybody first. We are caring, we are nurturing, and oftentimes we neglect ourselves. We put everybody else's needs before us, and we just don't take the time to love on ourselves. So I found that one of the aha moments for me was it first started with my mind. And the scripture that came to me was charity begins at home, then spreads abroad, meaning I have to love myself and have self-love in order for everything else to line up. And that's been a journey that this year in particular, I've even stepped up more in. So I want to talk to you today about that and the healthier you. Obviously, you're working out with me, and you will talk a little bit about how you beat me up in the gym, some a little bit later, but I know you've had a lot of experience in the area of wellness and fitness and motivation. So talk to our viewing audience about the topic of a healthier you and how it's so important, how that connects with our mental preparedness along with our physical bodies.
Well, as you noted, health is just a better understanding of where you want to be, and in regards to mental and spiritual as well as physical health. It starts where, you want to set a goal for yourself based upon where you are. Then, based upon where you are, you achieve those goals predicated upon the weaknesses that you have. Then you get strong later. I get a lot of people who focus more on, I want to get strong now, I set these high goals, but they're not really addressing their personal issues that they have at the moment, whether it be laziness, lack of discipline, lack of self-control. And it's okay to set attainable goals, but you have to be able to diagnose and figure out where your issues are first before you set those goals. So with that in mind, a healthy understanding of self and where you need to grow and what type of issues you have personally is the best means in regards to health or health care. So with that, I try to encourage clients to really focus on being patient with yourself, figure out where you're struggling at first, and then with the right amount of support and the right amount of counseling, the right amount of help, we'll achieve those goals together.
That is so true, and I'm glad you kind of started off with mental, because I know personally for myself, before I can get into actually really being committed to having a healthier way of living. And when I'm talking about health, I'm not just talking about weight loss. I'm talking about healthier attitude mentally, and not doing it something for a quick fix, but living a more healthier life, meaning a more balanced life, where not only physically being more healthier, but emotionally, and having that balance in place there. But it all starts with the mind, and why is it, are the thoughts of what we're thinking about ourselves. And truly, I will admit that I was not making myself a priority. I was not making myself a priority. I was putting everything else before me. And when it came time for me to do something, it was always an excuse why I couldn't do it. Or then what you do is you just grab anything, or you have do this, or you have do that as it relates to you and loving on you. And it started in the mind that I had to change and say, I am a priority. I do want to be healthier. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to have this mental low self-esteem or self-image of myself. So I had to do some emotional work and spiritual work in order to gain that confidence and that strength to endure and go forward. So I agree with you with that. That is very, very important. So we're in the COVID area. We can't get away from it. We're on lockdown again. We in California on lockdown again, much more restrictions. So talk to the viewers on what can we do to prepare to be healthier with all of these restrictions that keeps clamping down, that are playing an emotional, playing on our emotions. People are frustrated, they're angry, they're depressed. It's the holidays. People used to going out and socializing and having, holiday parties, and we can't do that right now. How are we going to stay healthy mentally in order to work on our physical health?
Okay. Number one, you are not restricted from living. Now, the life that you provide for yourself starts with a mental understanding of where you are. So if you find yourself in a position or awkward position of being home more, and it causes some type of mental discomfort, doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. It just means you have to make some adjustments. So start your day off saying, I'm gonna do the best that I can with what I have. And from there, you make the minor adjustments, and then slowly but surely you can make the major adjustments. So we're not restricted from going outside. It's just the amount of activities that we're allotted when we go outside. So step outside, get some fresh air, stretch your arms, get a stretch in, take some deep breaths, talk to God, talk to yourself, encourage and motivate yourself, said, I'm gonna do the best with what I have today. And you start from there. That way you have a positive mindset or a mind frame about where I need to be headed for the day. Not for tomorrow, not for next week, not for next month, but for today. Most people say take it a day at a time. I just say take it an hour at a time. You don't know what's coming next, so prepare for a little bit of hour, whether it be a 60-minute or 15 or 30-minute, just prepare for the hour. From there, set goals. Say, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna take a walk, I'm gonna take a run, I'm gonna do a little bit of a stretch, I'm gonna go a little bit further, I'm gonna park my car further from the grocery store than I normally would. Just set attainable goals, and then just keep going from there.
Very good. Also, one of the things that I know when you started with me is that working out, you don't necessarily have to go to the gym, you can do it at your house. We work out in my backyard. And I found it very interesting how you had different tools within that you could use that can beat me up. It made me sweat. I was like, I'm sweating. It beat me up. You know, like what? You know, this is crazy. So there are things right in the home that we can use to get some physical exercise. You know, if people are used to going to the gym in the backyards, bars, and different things like that, just things that are laying around that can also be used as equipment to make you healthy and get some kind of a workout in. So
go ahead. Start to your refrigerator, I was going to say. Start there. That's the most difficult thing. When you wake up, start in the refrigerator. So when you get up from a fast, we're breaking from a fast. Think about breakfast. So you're breaking from a fast, so naturally, well, physiologically, your body says, I'm breaking from a fast, I need to put something on my body from the break. So I try to encourage people, put protein on your body for the energy that you'll need for the rest of the day. It's very difficult for your body to run on sugar, high carbohydrates, different things of that sort. You need more protein for anything. It's more sustainable. It'll keep your muscles full. You keep the energy that you need to get through the day. So a lot of times people wake up with the wrong frame of thinking or the misunderstanding or miseducation about how to start your day with the right foods. So nutrition influences or drives or supports the brain, which caters or supports the physical activity later. So I tell people, before you get up and you go out and set these physical or fitness goals, make sure you take care of the nutrition and dietetics goals first. That'll make sure that your mental space is proper to take care of whatever that you desire in the gym or on the street or your run. So rule number one, start off with the right mental and nutritional support first. Then we go into the fitness and physical support second.
Okay, so I was just getting ready to ask you that, so that's a good segue. So if we were to frame this, because we're talking about a healthier you and getting ready, because we're already at the end of this year, so it was a wash. 2020 was just a wash, right? So many things happened and got in the way, and people picked up weight just from being so depressed, being stuck in the house, and not just picking up weight. I noticed from being a nurse, a lot of patients and clients that I've seen that already have issues aren't really taking care of themselves like they are. So I'm a diabetic, but I'm not taking my blood sugars correctly. I have hypertension and I'm not checking. So it's just a lot of things that kind of got off teal. So we want to reset our minds. We want to put a reset going into 2021 and look at ourselves and have that self-love to kind of bring ourselves into a more healthier you. So if we were to put that out in steps to find that, how would you, let's make that, what would be the first thing that you would say the person needs to do going into new year, becoming a healthier you? What would you say was one of the first things that they needed to do?
Like you said earlier, make yourself a priority first.
Very good. Make yourself a priority. It's so important.
Very, very important.
You got to carve out time for you. Having some me time, having some loving on yourself, whatever that might be, right, that you get in time. And I think it needs to be something consistent. And it's going to be different for each person, but you need to have some time for yourself. Okay, so that's the first one. What's the next one?
Number two, set attainable goals. If the goal is too high, you will not reach it, or you're going to have trouble reaching it. So start small. There's nothing wrong with starting small as long as you're starting. So, for example, this morning I said, as much as I wanted French toast, bacon, eggs, some coffee, I knew that's not what I needed. So I said, well, let me start off small. I'll just start with some French toast and we'll leave the bacon and we'll chill on some eggs and some tea. I knew that was the meal and the nutrition that I needed to keep me going through the day. However, my body wanted something different. So it's a matter of, okay, let me set attainable goals that I know I can reach, and then we'll go from there. Then it's a matter of discipline. Without discipline, everything else would be a struggle. So I can't teach folks how to be disciplined in my line of work. I can teach people how to stay consistent and give more insight and education about fitness and weight training and strength and conditioning. However, the discipline and your self-control is up to you.
So I heard you say attainable goals. So it needs to be something that's realistic. And it's going to be different for each individual. I want to add to that is that let it be something that you know you really want to accomplish. Not what somebody else is doing, what somebody else is saying, but something that is important to you as it relates to your health and wellness. Because 9 times out of 10, when you set it and it's about you and it's something you really want to do, you'll be more consistent in it. And you don't have to be coerced to do it. You're going to do it because it matters to you. And I think that's very, very important. So I like what you said. And then I heard you say discipline. And all of us can learn a little bit about discipline, right? It's what I find very interesting, though, is that we can be so disciplined when it comes to pleasure. You know, when we want pleasure, oh my God, we can be just so. If it's our favorite show, we'll put the timer on it. If it's our favorite show, we'll set the timer. If it's a game, I'm not gonna miss it. If it's a concert or a party, we're just gonna have a great time. I'm on it. I'm ready to go. I'm the life of the party. I'm gonna make it rain up in there. But when it comes to doing the stuff that is just simple to make our lives better, so that we can enjoy those things, the pleasure that we enjoy, right? Mm-hmm. So we need to be disciplined in those things as well, so that we can have the consistency. So I love when he said be disciplined. The same discipline that you have when it comes to pleasure, whatever that may be for you, have that discipline in being consistent and going after your goals to be more healthier. Okay, what is our final one then? We don't want to give them too much. We don't want to overwhelm people. Because then when you get the list and the list gets to be too long, folks say, that's just too much steps there. But let's give, what is the last thing that you think that people need to help them in becoming a healthier you?
Find something that you love and enjoy to do. That is key. A lot of times people have difficulty doing the necessary things to benefit their health, whether it be through exercise or taking medication or taking in the right amount of nutrition. It's because they just generally don't enjoy it. So if you're not going to enjoy it, you're more than likely not going to take it seriously. So with that being said, don't go so hard in the paint in regards to your nutrition, your fitness, and keeping yourself from enjoying the things that you generally like to do. Just say, hey, I'll do a little bit of here and then I'll take away over there. So I love coffee and toast and bacon. I don't know what it is about that mix. I guess it's the savory and the sweet kind of thing. I know bacon is killing my life. So that coffee, that's a different ball game too. But I know coffee it's not the greatest thing.
So is it something you eat all the time?
All the time.
Well, you know they got low sodium bacon too.
If it ain't the bacon I want, I don't want it at all.
That's the train of talk we got. So it's a good point, because sometimes with health, people don't want to engage because they say it's too restrictive.
Too restrictive.
So it's about balance, is
Correct.
What you're saying.
Correct.
It's about balance. Okay.
So I said, okay, well, since I can't have the bacon that I want, I'll just turn over to some chicken. So I found an air fryer. Best investment I ever made in my life. Greatest thing ever. So I said, look, as long as I get my savory and my sweet mix, I'm fine. So I have my toast with my preserves and my jelly on it, and then instead of having a nice solid slab of bacon, I put on that air fryer, hook me up some wings, I'll jazz it up with a little bit of seasoning, give me that savory sauce that I like, and it's healthier. It doesn't do too much damage on my cholesterol or my digestive system, and I give me a nice little solid thing of coffee, nice tall glass of water, and I'm set, and I'm not feeling full and overwhelmed and lethargic or tired after my meals.
Yes.
So it's just a little bit of sacrifices I make. I know I need to put that jelly and that toast away too, but like I said, a little bit.
But he gonna go work out and lift so much stuff.
But still,
and he
for
gonna
my
work out and lift so much stuff, he won't even know that he had the jelly or the toast. All right. I went to the gym, y'all, family, and I was going up there. And you should have seen me. I'm like, oh, I can do that.
Oh, with the pull-ups we were doing.
And Because I see all these young people doing this stuff. And I go to, oh, okay.
No, this ain't it.
I got to graduate to that. Right? They were just going in. I'm like, oh, that's easy. No, it's not as easy. All right, so I do love, as we're closing this out, you saying do something that you enjoy. Because that's what it is when it comes to physical activity. Some people love to dance. And if you love to dance, put the music on and dance at the house. It don't have to be a formal class, you moving. What I've enjoyed that I love boxing. Andrew is a boxer and he's teaching me boxing. So that part I really, really love. It's good for not only exercise, but it's good for defense training as well. So don't come up on me now. But get some form of physical activity that you enjoy. That way you can be what? Consistent is what we're talking about. So those are our tips to going to living a healthier you. As we're ending out in 2020, which we've already called a wash, we're gearing up to be a more healthier you for 2021. I want to thank again my special guest, Andrew Woods, who is not only a dear, dear friend, but my personal trainer. And you can follow him on his social media sites, which will be at the link at the bottom. And once again, thank you for tuning in to us each week. We love you. And if you love this episode today, please make sure you click the like button and leave a comment. And don't forget to follow us each week, every Saturday, where we bring you information, education, and motivation. And once again, family, remember to love yourself, because we're talking about you now. Take care of yourself, because guess what? You are worth it.
Hey fam, if you enjoyed today's episode, my name is Andrew Woods, and you can find me on the web at woodsboxing.com or on Instagram at WeBox83. Until then, keep living your life without limits.